Here Comes the Boom. No, you know what? You know what it should be called? Here Comes a Piece of Shit Movie. Because this is what this is. And you know what? I'm not even going to call it that. Because I don't even think this is that terrible of a movie. Because, you know, there's two sides to Kevin James. There's the movie version of him, and there's the TV version of him. Let's talk about the TV version for just a minute. I've only seen Kevin James in two things. A stand-up and The King of Queens. His stand-up, it's okay. It's not hilarious, but he's doing okay. And then there's The King of Queens. Some of it's good. Some of it's mediocre. It's got a bunch of good cameos in there, like, you know, Patton Oswalt, Lou Ferrigno, and all those guys. So yeah, it's pretty funny. And it's got that actress, I don't know her name at all, but she's pretty hot. But all that being aside, now that's the TV version of him. Funny, not hilarious, but I can see people liking him. Then there's the movie version of Kevin James. Absolutely terrible. I've seen all his movies up to this point, except for Hotel Transylvania, which I'll see that pretty soon. But all the movies I've seen him in, he's the worst part about it. And, sorry, I washed him in my hair. That's why it keeps on going in my eyes. But let's talk about Here Comes the Boom first. Here Comes the Boom stars Kevin James as a high school teacher. He's a douche. That's all that you really know about his character, is that he's a douche. And he's walking around the school, and then he sees this the music class, and it's run by a teacher who's played by Henry Winkler, the Fonzie. And then after the class is over, Kevin James is like, oh, you know, that's a cool class and all this stuff. And like the very next scene, the principal, owner, whatever the fuck he is, part of the school, who is a gigantic dick cheese, comes up and says, okay, we're going to cut the school, well, some of the school stuff, and then we're going to cut the musical department. And then Winkler's character's like, hey, why do you have to cut this class? We're doing so good here. It's like, yeah, we can't really pay for that. So Kevin James is like, well, let's just make the money. How much do we have to make? $48,000. See ya. No, that'd be a much better movie and funnier movie too. But so the movie goes on for a few minutes until Kevin James watches TV, and then he says he sees a UFC fight, and then the guy loses, and he says, that guy got $10,000, but he lost. Like, yeah, you still get paid if you lose. So I was like, it's a good idea. So then he takes up UFC fighting. And that's our plot. I've said in the beginning that Kevin James, the movie side of him, is absolutely terrible. I mean, his movies are just god-awful. Like Zookeeper, Grown Ups, and there's another one, I keep forgetting it. Which one is it? It's the one with Adam Sandler. I don't want to say Good Luck Chuck. I don't think that's it. I'm thinking of someone else, but I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. There you go. Which I didn't really care for that anyway. But and the reason why I call him a terrible actor in movies anyway, because he is one joke. I'm fat. And he And the other things that annoy me about him is that all the jokes to him is physical humor, like him getting hit by stuff, him falling down, him freaking out, him like making a bunch of movements, and it gets old really quickly. And I won't say he does it a whole lot, and here comes the boom, but it's in there. Now you're wondering to yourself, huh, here comes the boom. Isn't that a POD song? You guessed it, and that's why it's called Here Comes the Boom. Because they play that song like 5 times in the movie. Like it's painfully obvious when they play it. So that's where they get their title, because that's his opening song when he comes out. You got a couple people in here also. You got Salma Hayek, who's I think she's a nurse or something. I don't remember. I just saw the movie too, and I do not remember what she is. But she's at the school too, and of course Salma Hayek is really, really fucking hot. And that's another thing too. What is it with Kevin James getting all these hot chicks in movies? I know he's married to like this Asian chick, but the people he's going out with in these movies blows that chick out of the water. It's just ridiculous. I mean, let's take a look. Rosario Dawson, that chick from Paul Blart. I don't think he dated someone. Whoops, I just flipped you all off. Sorry. I think he dated someone in The Dilemma. I'm not sure. I think it was Winona Ryder or something. And in this one too, and it's like, dude, there is no fucking way you would get these girls. I'm sorry. There's just no way. I mentioned earlier that Kevin James' jokes range from I'm fat or physical humor. He's lost a couple pounds in this, but he's mostly gained muscle. And the jokes... Oh, and that's the other thing I gotta talk about. The jokes in this movie are god-awful. They are terrible. I did not laugh at all in the movie. And that's a shame, too, because for a movie that's trying to copy The Warrior, you would think that it'd be funny, but no. They try, though. I mean, like, they do the whole thing where he's like, I'm going to make a basketball in the hoop, and then you're going to go out with me. And then he slammed his face into the, ha, 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 I saw that in the trailer. Okay. And then the next scene is the very first fight that he gets into. He charges at the dude, and he fucking kicks him in the face. All right. Then another one... is 3 people fight him for like practice, and it goes on for like 3 minutes or so, and it's like, okay, can we fucking move away from this, please? And yeah, and there's some of those characters in here, like, you know how from Adam Sandler movies, you know how there's always that one cameo like in the background who always makes those like noises like you can do it and all those stuff. They have someone in here like that, but he's not in it that much. It's some Mexican dude. It starts with an M. I'm trying to think of him. But he goes around, like, cheering Kevin James, and he's all excited and stuff. And it's just like, dude, you don't have to be in here. You don't. You're completely forgettable, like the movie is. Kevin James' brother's in this, too. I think he's probably the funniest part in the movie. If you could say that's the funniest part, but he gave me like a, That's all this movie does. It gives you the, huh. And another thing I want to talk about, the fight scenes in the movie. The first couple of fights are actually kind of cool. Like the fight where Kevin James actually pukes on the dude after he beats him, because he He actually beats a couple people in the movie. His whole thing is to lose at fights, but then he's like, you know what, I'm going to win a couple, and he does. And that fight scene is actually kind of cool, but the last fight of the movie is so all over the place. It's like a found footage UFC fight scene. It's ridiculous. It's all over the place, but I don't know what else I need to say about this. I mean, Adam Sandler isn't in this, and you would think because Kevin James is like his new buddy and shit, but he's not in it. I'm not sure if it was a Happy Madison production. I don't remember. If it is, then shocker. Because every single it's like the same actor in every single Happy Madison movie. It's ridiculous. I don't think that this is the worst Kevin James movie made. I mean, I think Zookeeper takes it. Maybe. Oh no, you know what? I take that back. The Dilemma takes it. God, that movie was fucking awful. Fuck that movie. It makes Zookeeper look like Citizen Kane. It's just ridiculous. But I wouldn't say that this movie's terrible. It's just not funny, and it's boring. And that's kind of those are its two complaints that just haunt you for the rest of the movie. And you're just like, okay, this is like an hour and 40-something minutes or so. And it feels like I've been watching this movie for like 2 hours. So I would probably give the movie a thumbs down. I'm not going to say 2 thumbs down because, like I said, I don't think that this is the worst film that he's made. I could see, I mean, if I had to say anything positive, there were 2 scenes where Kevin James was actually trying to win me over, and he almost succeeded, where he almost gets emotional. Like there's a scene where the principal owner dickhead dude calls him in and like to argue with him, and he's arguing back and forth. It's like, yeah, Kevin James is actually a cool dude. And there's another scene like in the final fight of the movie where he's trying to win you over. So I have to give credit where credit is due. He was trying. It's just the way the movie is directed, the way these characters act, the way the script is written, and the jokes are just not funny. So yeah, that's all I could say about Here Comes the Boom. If you like Kevin James, give it a shot. Whatever. If you don't, skip it. That's all I gotta say. Alright, later.